and let me share my screen. Right, so this is the part 1, which has 8 questions. So for this section, okay, so you must be very meticulous in getting your correct answer, because all the answer can be found in the short paragraph that is given to you. It's just a matter of you need to be extra meticulous. Meticulous is teliti, ya. You kena teliti dalam mencari jawapan yang tepat. Okay, because all the answer are there. It's a matter of getting it right. So there are 8 questions and you can get it all correct if you really read it, understand it properly. Okay, so let's move on and do part 1, question number 1. Okay, Kuala Lumpur, the flood situation in Sarawak, Pahang and Sabah has improved, leading to a drop in the number of evacuees. But the situation in Johor remains pretty much unchanged. In Johor, the number of flood victims at temporary relief center in Segamat and Batu Pahat remains at 93 individuals coming from 23 families. Okay, the question is, which of the following statements is true? So A, the flood situation in Johor has worsened. B, there are currently 2 relief centers in Sarawak. And C, there are 93 evacuees still at 2 temporary relief centers in Johor. So which is the answer? Any
C.
C? Any other answer?
E.
B?
B.
B. Okay, let's have a look. The correct answer is C. Okay, so it mentioned here, okay, it mentioned here in Johor, okay, hold on. Let me just take my pen and point it out to you so you can see it clearly. So in Johor, the number of flood victims at temporary relief centers, so there are 2 centers in Johor, Segamat and Batu Pahat. There are still 93 individuals. Okay, so C is the correct answer. You see, there are 93 evacuees still at 2 temporary relief center in Johor. The 2 centers are Segamat and Batu Pahat. Okay, who are the evacuees? They evacuate their house to stay at the temporary center. So they are the evacuees. Why is it not B? It's okay to get it wrong. Okay, so we need to know why it is not B for the person who answered B. Let's have a look. There are currently 2 relief centers in Sarawak. So the 2 relief center is in Segamat and Batu Pahat, which is in Johor. For Sarawak, it doesn't mention anything how many. There is no information as to how many relief centers there is in Sarawak. Okay, so definitely this is not correct because we do not have the information how many relief center there is in Sarawak. Okay, so be careful when you pick up the answer. The information must be there. Okay, so it's okay to be wrong. if you had selected B, but it's very important for you to know why you are wrong, because you wouldn't want to repeat the same mistake, especially in your trial exam and in your final exam. Okay, so let's move on and look at the next question. So here, the second question, we have a Heart Foundation has planned a series of donation to orphanage, old folks home, frontliners, and different NGO for the entire year, it said in a press release. Okay, so we have orphanage. What is an orphanage? Where there are children who doesn't have either mother or father or both. Okay, I hope all of you have both. Old folks home are parents where the children can't look after their parents. They put it in old folk homes. Please don't do that to your parents. Frontliner, everybody know from MCO, we have frontliner like the nurses and doctors and the soldiers and the police, okay, and different NGOs for the entire year. It says in a press release. In one of its latest campaign, the foundation donated over 500 hampers to some 30 old folks' home in the Klang Valley. Last month, the foundation shone the spotlight on frontliners braving the pandemic to save lives. The foundation donated 1 million to support frontliners who are currently serving the nation during the COVID-19 outbreak. So that was during the story was during the MCO. So the question asks, which of the following statements about have a Heart Foundation is true? Okay, so A, the foundation owns orphanage and old folks home. B, the foundation has handed out 1 million to support the nation's frontliners. And C, the foundation plans to donate 500 hampers to frontliners in the Klang Valley. So which is the correct answer?
B. B.
A, the foundation owns orphanage and old folks home. So we have one answer, that is the A. Any other answer that you thought it is?
B.
B? Okay, so we have two answers here. Let's have a look. The correct answer is B. True. The foundation has handed out 1 million to support the nation's frontliner. Let's have a look. Where do you get the answer from? So we have donated, hold on. So here is the 1 million to support frontliner, which make B accurate. Okay, so why is it not A? The foundation owns orphanage. So Have a Heart Foundation has planned a series of donation to orphanage. Okay, when you want to do donation, Dharma, yeah, you can donate to any places that require help. So they need not own the orphanage or the old folks home, you see. So they can just donate to any places that require monetary helps or good helps in that terms, okay? So A is inaccurate, okay? So again, you're going to be very meticulous in a way to get the correct answer. The true answer must really indicated in the paragraph given. Okay, so when you leave the exam, you know that you get it right because all the answer that you have selected is in the information given. Okay, moving on to the next question. So here we have the KKR Medical College. Information that we get about the college is that we have 25 years of experience in nurturing high caliber medical and healthcare professionals. What is nurturing? Anybody? You can explain in Bahasa or in English. What is nurturing? In order for you to get the correct answer, you must know the actual vocab of the paragraph, the information given to you. What is nurturing? Anybody want to give it a shot? No? Okay. Nurturing in Bahasa is like memupuk, okay? Or in English, you can closely means care or protect, okay? We adopt a holistic approach in education, research, and healthcare. Here, another beautiful vocabulary that I always use because today approach is always holistic. What is holistic? Anybody? This is a new vocab. So by the end of the class today, you have a few beautiful new vocabulary which you can use in your paper too when you write your essay. Okay, so anything that is holistic is that the approach is being made in a wide scale. It's like you're standing on a high building and you're looking at things in a bigger scope. That is what you talk about holistic approach. The approach is being made in a bigger perspective. Okay, that's holistic. We adopt a holistic approach in education, research, and healthcare. Cutting edge technology and facilities to enhance learning experience. Okay, everybody know enhance by now, right? Enhance to actually push or make it better. Scholarship and financial assistance for the first 50 students. Okay, so the first 50 students get the scholarship. 51 student will not get the scholarship. Okay, open and distant learning, ODL, modes available. So open and distant learning is when you're studying from a distance. You did not go to campus, but you learn from a distance. It could be online learning. Okay, right. Which of the following statement is true? A. Those interested can tour the campus in person. B. KKR Medical College is founded by healthcare professionals. And C. Scholarships and financial assistance are on a first come, first served basis. Which is the correct answer?
B.
B. So we have someone saying that it's B. Anything else that you think is correct? Is B the correct answer? Anybody else want to come out with the answer?
B.
Sorry?
C.
C. Correct. C is the correct answer. Where do you get it from? It's from here. Scholarships and financial assistance for the first 50 students. So if you're the 51 student, you will not get the scholarship. If you're the 52 student, you will not get the scholarship too. Meaning you got to be the first 50 students. So first come, you get it. Okay, if you are a little bit late, 51, you will not get the scholarship. That is what meant here. First come, first serve basis. Okay, why is it not B? Let's have a look. It's important to know why you are wrong. Okay, that is a learning process. KKR Medical College is founded by healthcare professionals. Okay, so it says here, KKR Medical College, it is not founded by healthcare professional. It actually nurture the high caliber medical and high healthcare professional. So it actually we have 25 years. It's very nurturing. Okay, so it actually nurture. Okay, professional, healthcare professional. It's not founded. Okay, founded is like dia ditubuhkan. oleh orang-orang yang mempunyai medical, high caliber medical, background medical yang sangat hebat, or healthcare professional daripada surgeon, all that. It is not founded by these people. Okay, it is nurtured. Okay, can you see that? That's the difference. You got to be careful with that because it is very close. Okay, so the answer is C. Okay, moving on to the next question. So we have question number, hold on, let me take you to the other side so that we can have a look at question. So we have done 3, so we are looking at question 4. Oh, this is online food delivery in Malaysia. Okay, so everybody know Food Panda, Grab, Lalamove. So let's have a look what they have to say. Online food delivery in Malaysia, already a multi-ringgit business, saw huge growth when the movement control order was instated. Urban dwellers are familiar with food delivery services and platforms such as Foodpanda, Deliver, Eat, and GrabFood, with millennials being the biggest consumers. Who are the millennials? Okay. Who are the millennials? You guys are the millennials. Okay. I'm not. I was born way back in 1967. Okay. So you guys are the millennials. Okay. Being the biggest consumers. Food delivery was hailed as an essential service, and many of those who had been doing deliveries as an odd job turned it into full-time work. Okay, so what is hail? Okay, this is another vocab. Okay, so they call it the hailing delivery business. So we talk about was hailed as an essential service. It is a success. In Bahasa Malaysia, it is dia dipuji sebagai. Okay, so the question: which of the following statement is true? A. Young adults make up the majority of customers. B. City folks are unfamiliar with food delivery services. And C. Online food delivery in Malaysia became a million ringgit business after the movement control order, MCO. So what is the answer?
C.
D.
C.
C, teacher.
So we have 1 C. Any other answer? Is it C the answer? Any other answer? B or A? Anybody?
A.
A? Okay, so let's have a look between C and A. So C said online food delivery in Malaysia became a million ringgit business after, this is the keyword, can you see after? The movement control order. So during the MCO is the time when the food delivery business really flourish, isn't it? Because everybody have to stay indoor. You cannot go out. So you want to eat anything, you want to eat McDonald's pizza, they will deliver it to you. But here the statement after here is misleading. It was during the MCO that the business really become a success business. So that is the word that makes C is not the correct answer. So the answer is A. A is the correct answer. Where do you get the answer from? Here. With millennials being the biggest consumer. You guys are all millennials, right? I had hinted just now. So young adults make up the majority of the customer, okay? So you guys are all adults, 17 adult, okay? So in Malaysia, 16 are considered adult. So that's why you can drive at 17. So young adults make up the majority of the consumer is the correct answer. B is not the answer because of this word, unfamiliar. It should be familiar. So the trap is unfamiliar. Yet again, you have to know the meaning of unfamiliar in order to get the correct answer, because this is the trap if you had chosen B. Good. Let's move on to the next question. So when you do your examination, when you sit for your examination, of course, one thing you have to have is you have to have enough sleep. Okay, so you should not sleep more than 11 o'clock at night. Okay, whether you have finished your revision and not finished your revision, essential is to have 8 hours sleep before any exam for you to be able to think straight. Never, never, ever sleep late revising, because the next day your mind will not be fresh for your paper. Okay, so that's one thing that I keep on reminding my student to do well in an examination is to have enough sleep the night before the examination. Why? Because when you have enough sleep, you are able to identify or not to fall in the trap made by the question. I know it because I have been teaching for the last 20 years and I am one of the examination committee, and will definitely make some questions that have traps. Otherwise, everybody will get an A. So whether you enter the trap and get it wrong, or you get it right, very much depends on how alert you are. And to be alert is to have good night sleep. Okay, right. Moving on. The national game. Hold on. Let me just pull it further down. The National Game Creation Competition is an annual competition organized by Science Dome to provide a platform for students in Malaysia to showcase their talents and creativity in developing computer games. The competition will sharpen technical skill sets and critical thinking. Training at 7 May, compulsory. What is compulsory? That's a
Wajib.
wajib. Okay, that's a direct translation to Bahasa Malaysia. Thank you. Okay, so compulsory means it's a must, no escape from it. Okay, theme: drone coding, Minecraft, Scratch. Well, these are all art related information. Submission of ideas is on the 22nd of July. Submission of the games itself is on 22nd of August. So you got 1 month. Finals is 22nd September. Result of shortlisted teams will be announced on the 20th of November. Okay, which of the following statements is true? A, participant can take part individually. B, no one can be exempted from training. C, shortlisted teams will have a chance to compete internationally. So which is the answer?
B.
Sorry?
B.
B. Any other answer?
B.
Any other?
No one can be
Hmm.
exempt from training.
Correct. B is the correct answer, and the T is exempted. Okay, exempted means you cannot avoid the training. So here the word that match is compulsory. Okay, so everybody
Exempted tu apa tu, Syah?
exempted.
Excluded.
Sorry, what is it that you ask? Can you repeat yourself? Hello?
She asked what is exempted.
What is exempted? Okay, exempted is that no one can avoid the training. You want to enter this competition, you definitely must go to the training. If you don't go for the training, you cannot enter the competition. That is the word it says here, compulsory. Okay? So, for example, if you want to take the driving license, the driving examination, you must first pass your computer examination or your written examination. If you fail that written examination, you cannot go for the practical driving classes. Okay, so it's compulsory to pass your computer driving exam before you can start your practical class. So this is what you meant by compulsory. Okay, so exempted means avoided, or you can Google, or you can open your dictionary to find other synonyms of exempted. Okay, so B is the answer. All right, moving on to the next question. Good, that for that question 5, almost everybody get it right. It's straightforward. Okay, there's a conversation between the promoter and Fazura. So promoter and the sales girl, all of you have gone to malls. There's a lot of promoter who would approach you to get to for you to buy their products. Hello, how may I help you? Said the promoter. Fazura, I'm looking for products that can help to clear my pimples. Promoter, you will need a good face wash to remove oil, dirt, and sweat. I would recommend Moxie Gel Cleanser, which is suitable for oily skin. It is suitable for daily use too. Fazura, actually, I have a cleanser at home. I'll consider getting this when my existing one runs out. Promoter, how about getting pimple patches? Fazura, what is that? Promoter, a pimple patch is a small circular clear sticker which you can place on your pimple. The clear patch helps to flatten out your pimple. Fazura, sounds great. I'll give it a shot. Right. So Fazura is using an idiom here, okay? It's good if you can use it in your paper too when you write your essay. So actually, when you do your examination, you can use some of the idioms that you found in the earlier part of the exam question to help out in your essay actually. Okay, so this is an idiom. Which of the following statements is true? A, Fazura cleanser has run out. B, Fazura thinks the pimple patch might help her. C, the pimple patch can remove oil, dirt, and sweat. Any answer?
B.
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 B?
Madura thinks the people wash make help here.
Okay, Fazura thinks the pimple patch might help her. Okay, so any other answer? No? Good. B is the correct answer. Why is C not the correct answer?
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Because it's a wrong role of the pimple patch, right? The pimple patch can flatten out your pimple. Pimple is always like that, right? You guys have pimple at this age. But what the pimple patch does is it flatten out the pimples. Here is wrong. Can remove oil, dirt, and sweat. And that is the role of the cleanser. Okay, see how the question actually confuse you. Okay, so you need to be alert, and that is when your 8 hour sleep helps. Moving on to the other last two questions. Let's have a look at question 7 before we move to part 2. Right, Ambrose Wellness and Fitness Club. Okay, today wellness and fitness are very, very popular. Everybody want to stay healthy. Everybody want to look good. So people go to Zumba, gym, etc. Okay, so this wellness center said, dear valued guests or customer, our swimming pool facility will be closed from 7th April until further notice while we endeavor to correct a serious maintenance issue. At this time, we are not in a position to provide a time scale of closure, but we will provide updates as we receive them. Our gym and changing facility will remain open. We value your support and we regret the inconvenient caused. The management. There's a beautiful vocabulary here, endeavor. Okay, so if you list down all the vocabulary that we come across today, you would have like at least 10 beautiful new vocabulary. So what is endeavor? Anybody? No? Endeavor is another word for trying hard. In Bahasa, you can say berusaha. Okay, so if you want to write a good essay, you use various synonyms to typical working hard. Okay, trying hard. You can use beautiful word like endeavor. Okay, right. So it's so frustrating if you go to a hotel. When the swimming pool is closed, isn't it? Because it's the attraction of a hotel or a wellness center. It's the swimming pool. So they apologize to their customer because their customer pay certain amount of money every month. So the question is, which of the following statement is true? A, the swimming pool will be closed for repair works. B, the swimming pool and the gym will be closed on 7th April. C, the management will provide updates about the reopening of the gym.
C.
C. Any other answer?
B.
B. Okay, let's have a look. C. The management will provide updates about the reopening date of the gym. They never say the gym will be closed, you see. So he mentioned it here. Our gym and changing facility will remain open. Gym is not closed, you see. So how can it reopen? So C is not correct. What about B? The swimming pool and the gym will be closed on 7th April. Gym will remain open again. Okay? So the correct answer is A. Can you see that? Be careful of the trap. Okay? Any question?
No.
If there's no question, let's move on and hopefully this time everybody get it right. Famous mini outlet crew. Okay? So, salary is between 1,200 and 1,300. Oh, the salary is really small. But this is the kind of salary you would get if you only study up to a diploma level. Okay? So the salary today for people who have diploma is around this range. Whereas for degree people, the salary will be around 1,008 to 2,200, depends on what kind of degree. Engineering will be higher, social science would be lower. Okay, so there's no way that you should stop studying after SPM. You definitely must continue your diploma for this kind of salary and degree for this level range of salary. Okay, so job responsibilities. I was just telling you for you to have some idea that you must be committed in your study and you must make sure that you continue your study to the level of a degree. Okay, and after getting your degree, then only you consider whether you want to do your master or not. Okay, let's have a look. Job responsibilities: bake cookies and muffin. Oof, delicious. Ensure merchandise area is clean and tidy. Assist in wrapping gift item. Assist in customer service. Job requirements: able to work on public holidays and weekends, good working attitude and pleasant disposition. School leavers are encouraged to apply as training will be provided. What are the benefits and others? Medical and insurance. So meaning if you're sick, you can claim money, or if you need to be hospitalized, it will be covered fully through the insurance of the company. Okay, 90 days maternity leave. So if you're giving birth, so you get 90 days leave. Company uniform will be provided. Okay, so these are all the information. Now you have to answer the question. Which of the following statement is true? A, female employees are given 90 days leave when they give birth. B, applicants must possess at least 2 years experience in a similar field. C, applicants will be trained to bake a variety of cakes, pizza, and pastry. So what is the correct answer?
B.
B.
E.
Any other answers? Any other?
A.
A. Okay, right. If you switch on your microphone, make sure the background is not noisy so that everybody can benefit from this class. Okay, otherwise, if it is noisy, switch off your microphone, and when you want to give the answer, you switch on to give the answer. Okay, so let's everybody have the maximum benefit from the class. Let's have a look. Why is it B or not B? Let's have a look. Applicants must possess at least 2 years experience in a similar field. Is that true? So this is the responsibility. So this is the requirement that we want to see if B is correct. Able to work on public holidays and weekend. Good working attitude. School leavers are encouraged. Okay, so it doesn't state anything about one must have experience. So never ever pick any answer that has not been mentioned here. Okay, so these are the requirements. So applicant must possess. Must possess means perlu ada. So perlu ada means requirement. Okay, don't look at responsibility. Responsibility means when you are hired, your work involve bake cookies and muffin. Ensure merchandise area is clean and tidy. Wrapping gift. Okay, so B is not the answer. Let's have a look at A. Female employee are given 90 days leave when they give birth. So here you must know what is maternity leave. Okay, so if you don't know what is the meaning of maternity leave, then you wouldn't know that it is for someone who gives birth to a baby. Okay, so A is the correct answer. Okay, everybody got that?
Yes.
Can I move on?
Can.
Good. So let's move on and look to the next section. So you have 8 questions just now, and you have enriched with around 10 beautiful vocabulary, and do write it down so that you increase your vocabulary, at the same time having a few new synonyms to your typical words. Okay, if you want to score for essay, you have to use some you have to have strength in your write up. What are the strength? One, your essay must be interesting, because the person who read it will want to read it and complete reading it. Two, you must use vocabulary that is not just a typical vocabulary. You have the advantage of getting more marks if you use good synonyms, for example, like endeavor instead of trying hard. Okay, and those are the things that you should enhance. And if you could use idioms, at least you should use one or two idioms in your essay. For example, what if Fazura said just now? I will give it a shot. Okay, so idioms like stop pulling my leg. All right, so that would help your essay to gain more marks. Okay, let's move on and look at part 2, where you have question 9 to 18. So here is a story about soap. Everybody use soap, right? So read the text below and choose the best word for each space, for each question mark the correct letter A, B, C, D, or D on your answer sheet. So, soap is a product for cleaning made. So the answer from natural ingredients that may include both plant and animal products. So okay, what is the answer? Anybody? So you have A, antique, B, ancient, C, classical, and D, modern. Babylonians were the first to master the art of soap making. I can't hear you.
Ingredients.
This is number 9. So your
Impression.
choice is antique, ancient, classical, and modern.
Oh, ternampak.
B.
B. So we have B, correct. Okay, the ancient Babylonians were the first to master the art of soap making. Next, number 10. Today, there are many different soaps made for a vast dash of purpose. So let's have a look at the list of answers. Position, formation, array, and branch. So today, where is number 10? Today, there are many different soaps made for a vast dash of purpose. What is your answer?
Formation.
Formation. So, B. Any other answer? What is formation? Formation in Bahasa is buat. Yeah, something like buat. Is that true? Look at number 10. Any other answer? So we have position, formation, array, and branch. What is
D.
position is kedudukan, formation buat, array is range, whereas what is D? Branch, cawangan. Look at,
Branch.
sorry,
D.
D. Branch, cawangan ke? Branch is cawangan. So if you have
Position.
position, lokasi. Array is range, pelbagai.
Array.
Yes, today there are many different soaps made for a vast array of purposes. Okay, its array is range. Okay, let me just write it down. So here we have array, and here just now is from ancient. Okay, soap is soap is dash available for personal, commercial, and industrial use. So what are your options? Effortlessly, reluctantly, scarcely, readily. Which one? Look at the question again. Soap is dash available for personal, commercial, and industrial use. Look at the option that you have. Effort, reluctant, scarce, readily. What is scarce? Kekurangan. Readily, tersedia. Reluctant, I don't know what is it in Bahasa. I can't find a word to describe it.
Readily.
Correct. Readily. Well done. Let's have a look. Okay. Soap is readily available for personal, commercial, and industrial use. These days, soap is handmade, homemade, and commercially dash. What are the options that you have? Produce, past tense, production, producing. Have a look again.
Producing.
Producing. So, D.
Produce.
Producing is not correct.
C.
C. Production is even not correct.
Produce.
A. A. No.
B.
Correct. Okay. So why is it past tense, not present tense? Let's have a look. Okay, have a look here.
Sebab these days.
Sorry?
Because these days tu dia buat jadi past tense.
These days, it's not because of these days, okay? This is present tense. These days, so. So it's because is here. Can you see? Is produce. Okay? is produced. You cannot say is produced without the ed. These days, why is it these? Because there are many days. If there's only one day, you would use an I. Soap is produced with an ed. Okay? That is past tense. Next, let's have a look. The chemical reaction that produces soap is saponification. In the process, animal or vegetable fat is dashed into soap and alcohol. Let's have a look. What are your options? Abbreviated, convicted, converted, summoned. Do you know the meaning?
No.
No? So everybody take your handphone and look at the meaning then. Google, what is, I will give you what is abbreviated. Abbreviated dipendekkan. Contoh ya, PKP, MCO coming from the longer word. So it is abbreviated to MCO. Okay? So that is what called abbreviated. Convicted. You have people who kill others or people being convicted. Okay? And sent to jail. A convicted. A convict was sent to jail. Okay? Converted. What is converted? You converted the Word file into PDF. Okay, so
Simple.
and then summon. Everybody knows summon, right? The teacher summoned the noisy board in front to write on the board for question number 2. Or the police always summon people who drive over the limit. So applied it to question 13. So the chemical reaction that produces soap is saponification. In the process, animal or vegetable fat is dashed into soap and alcohol.
Converted.
Correct. Converted. Okay? You change it. Okay, my example just now, your Microsoft Word file, you don't want to send to people Microsoft Word file because people can change whatever you have written. So you would want to convert it to PDF file so that people cannot change whatever you had written. So in this case, animal or vegetable fat is converted into soap and alcohol. The result of saponification is a combination of soap and glycerin. Other natural dash can, of course, be added like shea butter or oatmeal. So your option is here: ingredients, resolutions, intentions, impressions. It's so easy, this one, because all have very outstanding meaning, provided you understand what are the meanings of the word given. Okay, do you know all the words here? It's quite easy to guess, actually. Anybody?
A.
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 A? Any other answer? All A? Correct. A is the correct answer. What is a resolution? This is a new vocab. Resolution ni macam azam. You know what is azam? When New Year comes, you have new resolution. Okay, you want to make sure that you make your mother happy. No more making your mother worry about your examination results. Okay, that's the resolution. What is intentions?
Niat.
Yeah, niat. I have good intention. I have no intention to let her to be in trouble. Okay, all my intention are good for her. Okay, what are impressions?
Kesan.
Sorry,
Like kesan.
kesan. Kesan. I don't know what is the exact Malay translation. What I can do is I give you some examples. The cat gives the impression that it has been good, but actually it has just stolen a fish. Can you see that, the meaning?
Tanggapan.
Oh, okay. That's the closest. Memberi anggapan. Yes. Okay. Someone who wear very sexy clothes gives the impression that she's not a good person. Okay. But in reality, she is a nice individual. Okay. So next question, number 15. They are genuinely good dash your skin. Okay, you can read it if you want to be an American or you want to use American English, you use it genuinely, okay? But if you want to use a British English, you pronounce it genuinely, okay? The same goes with divorce and divorce. American English would be finale, whereas British English would be final. Okay, so these are genuinely good dash your skin.
For.
Is an
Far.
easy one. What is the answer?
For.
Correct. For your skin. An easy one. Good. Next. Commercial soap sold in stores is often dash chemical detergent, hardener, synthetic leathering agents. So,
Made with.
sorry?
Made with.
Correct. Made with. Well done. Another correct answer. Next, some of these ingredients can be drying or dash on the skin. So your option are irritated, irritating, irritable.
Irritated.
Irritated. Is there any other answer?
Irritate.
Irritate? No. This is how you get the right answer. Okay, look at the sentence. Okay, I give you the tips on how to actually get the right answer. Some of these ingredients can be drying. You see what is the kind of sentence it uses?
Irritating.
Correct. So here it is using ing. What it is called I can't remember what it is, the kind of sentence, okay, what the kind of tense. So here it is using ing, or obviously you have to use also ing, and C is the answer that have the same type of tense with the word here. Can you see that? So that
Yes.
is how you know that you have the right answer, because it is so confusing which one to choose, isn't it? It is all so confusing. So that is one of the way for you to get the correct answer. And finally, the last question. This have prompted many to look for healthier and more natural dash, such as handmade soap that does not contain harsh compound. As a result, this has started a soap making trend, and many are now jumping on the bandwagon. Can you see this is an idiom? Jumping on the bandwagon is an idiom. If you were to write an essay and you use at least one idiom, it will actually enhance the quality of your essay. So, but for now, we need to find the answer for 18. So your options are alternative, logic, changes, capacity. Look at the sentence again. Anybody? This have prompted sedarkan, menyebabkan many to look for healthier or more natural. Okay, because just now I mentioned soap has so many chemical, okay, leads to drying of skin, and then some people irritate, gatal-gatal, irritating skin. So this menyebabkan, menyedarkan many to look for healthier and more natural apa? Logic? Alternative. Correct. Okay, so the answer is because soap have contained a lot of chemical leading to drying of skin, irritating skin. So this has prompted many to look for healthier and more natural alternative, such as handmade soap that does not contain harsh compound, meaning harsh compound are chemical related ingredients. Okay, so I want everybody to write this down, jumping on the bandwagon, and I want you to find out what is the meaning of the idioms. Okay? Right, today we learn a lot of beautiful vocabulary and 2 new idioms that should add on to your essay. Moving on, let's look at the next question. So we have part 3, question 19 to 24, and we have an essay here. Oh, sorry, we have a comprehension. Okay, and there are 19 to 26 questions. So you have 7 questions for you to get it right from the comprehension. Okay, let's have a look at the comprehension. In the wee hours of the morning, traders and wholesalers flock to our farm to get their supplies. Mr. Philip was always the first to arrive. Another regular face at our farm was Mr. Roger, a kindly-looking, lanky man with olive-toned complexion. As he often offered me candies and lollipops, I ranked him as my favorite with a bias. "Good day, kid," Mr. Roger habitually greeted me with a broad smile. The morning serenity was soon shattered by the cacophony of the revving truck engines and Mr. Jones' blaring voice. Mr. Jones was one of our farm's regulars, one with a brory bill and a noticeable expensive chest. He would order his stocks in an ear-splitting voice. Back then, working day in and day out on the farm might have seemed like a normal and dull routine, especially the process of carrying stocks, which was somewhat monotonous. Yet, I was happy and contented until a devastating accident left me orphaned. My aunt, a divorcee, willingly took over the farm and my welfare. Years later, she eventually remarried and her husband moved in to live with us. My Uncle Greg was a blurry man who towered over us. Life was peaceful at first, just like the calm before a thunderstorm. See, There's another idiom here. It's a beautiful idiom. Calm before a thunderstorm. Without a warning sign, all hell broke loose 3 months later when he started showing his true colors. Greg turned out to be an extreme alcoholic. Every single moment when he was intoxicated, he would transform from being a hearty man to a sadistic brute. Bearing the sting of his knuckles soon became my new normal routine. The sound of shattering whiskey bottle followed by a cacophony of beating, yelling, and mourning were common whenever Greg began to lash out his fury at me. He seemed to enjoy hitting his fist onto my skin. The mosaic lacerations all over my body were strong evidence of his ruthless abuse. When I was left bruised and battered, he would just walk away nonchalantly. Aunt would usually embrace me and act as my protective shield to stop him from attacking me, until one day she had to temporarily move to a facility that provided postpartum care. It soon became difficult for me to evade Greg and the sting of his knuckles. Oh dear, so sad the story. One fateful night, ominous silence filled the surrounding as I was sleeping soundly. As the clock struck midnight, I was awoken abruptly by a deafening bang. The reverberating sound hit me like a meteoric crash. Without warning, Greg barged into my refuge. I could not do a single thing but stare at him in horror when he raised his heavily standard leather belt and lashed me with it. Instantaneously, my flesh split and scarlet blurs oozed from the exposed wound. The pain was so excruciating that tears welled up in my eyes. My tears launched Greg into a furious tirade. Sensing that he was going to rain punches on my temple, I instantaneously broke into a run and dashed out of the room. Ugh! Greg gave chase on foot. To my dismay, he easily caught up with me. You troublesome punk! He snarled as he struck and assaulted me with a random blunt object. The pain sent tremors shooting throughout my sweat-soaked body. In a weakened state, I mustered every ounce of remaining strength to flee. But alas, the pain was too intense and I collapsed on the dirt road by the
Teacher mute. Teacher mute, teacher.
right. I did not do anything. It just goes mute by itself. Okay? Right. We're finishing off When I regained consciousness several hours later, I was confronted to see my aunt sitting beside me. Greg was nowhere in sight. I couldn't help but burst into tears when aunt pulled me into a tight embrace. Sorry, my dear, it was all my fault. My fault, she soothed. She assured me that Greg would never hurt me again, as she had already filed charges against him. I heaved a sigh of relief, knowing that the agonizing torment would finally become a thing of the past. We don't know whether he is a she or a he, isn't it? Right. Wow. So sad a story. Very interesting. Let's have a look. Prior to the accident that left the writer orphan, he described his routine as anybody?
B. Boring.
Boring? Any other answer? Any other answer? Yes? Eventful? See? Okay, where the answer is boring. Well done. Where do you get the answer from? This is the word that describe boring. Okay? The word monotonous. Mono, okay? If you don't know the meaning of monotonous, it's okay. Okay, this is how you study English. Anything that is mono is single. Okay, what do you mean by single? It's anything monotonous. For example, if I speak in a monotonous voice, it will be like this. Everybody, please listen to me. I don't want everybody to make any noise at all. Can you hear my voice is just like a straight, no up and down, no rhythms. So anything that is mono is single. Okay, so we talk about monopoly. It's a single supplier. Tenaga Nasional Berhad is a monopoly, supplying the only supplier of electricity. So mono means one. So monotonous is one style, so it's boring. Okay, so here it explains especially the process of carrying stock, which was somewhat monotonous. Yet I was happy and contented. Okay, so this is the word that express boring. Okay, so sometimes the word is so bombastic. Okay, monotonous is quite a bombastic word. Hold on. Mono, correct. There's so many O. Monotonous. Okay. So you need to know this word for you to be able to guess the word as boring. Okay. For example, another word, homogeneous. Okay. Homogeneous. Okay. Homo means the same. Okay, so any word in English, if you write this kind of comprehension, you come across a word that start with homo means it's the same. Okay, so homosexual is the same. Okay, from the same gender. Okay, any word that start with mal, reflecting something bad. Okay, malignant. Okay, malignant. There are benign cancer and there are malignant cancer. Benign is good. Anything benign is good. Benefit. Benign is good. But anything that start with mal is bad. Malignant means bad. Okay, so these are some of the English that I give you some tips today, so that even if you don't know the whole meaning of the words, just by looking at the 4 first alphabet, you can have some idea that mono is one style, so it's boring. Okay, so that is how you guess the meaning. I learned this when I was doing my TOEFL. There's a paper called SAT. The paper have bombastic vocabulary, so we learn how to guess the meaning by looking at the front alphabet. Okay, so that's a tips for me today. Okay, next, which of the following describe Greg's appearance? His stepfather, right? His stepfather abuses him. Whether it's a she or a he, I'm not sure. It doesn't state there. So, which of the following describes Greg's appearance? A, exceptionally tall. B, stocky with a pot belly. C, feeble middle-aged man. D, scrawny with sunken cheeks.
A.
Sorry, exceptionally tall. Correct. A is the correct answer. So where do you get the answer? From the comprehension? Oh God. Hold on. Where did you get your answer? From the comprehension? So let's have a look. Okay, it always follow a sequence. So Greg has not come into the picture now. So here my aunt divorced, and then my uncle Greg was a blurry man who towered over us. Okay, so exceptionally tall. Why? Because he is like towering everybody. Towering means if this is the aunt and this is Greg, and this is the orphan boy. So Greg tower. Okay, so Greg will be higher, like a tower to them. So they have to look up. All right, so that is the hint for you to get the correct answer. Let's have a look at the next question. Greg attacked the writer whenever he was tired, this is easy, whenever he was drunk, whenever the writers misbehaved, right after he moved into the farm. Anybody? Am I being silenced again? Am I being muted again? Can you hear me?
Yes.
B, teacher.
Okay. So what is the answer?
B.
I
B.
heard someone say B.
B.
Correct. B is the correct answer. That's the easy part, isn't it? Well done. Next. Why did the writer aunt move out for a period of time? Any answer? She had to travel abroad. She had to care for her ailing parents. She was receiving care after giving birth. She was looking for a larger facility to expand the business.
C.
Correct. C is the correct answer. Where do you find the answer from? Let's have a look. Okay, aunt would usually embrace me. It soon become until one day, okay, she had temporarily moved to a facility that provide postpartum care. All right, so postpartum care, anything that is post mean after. Okay, any word, vocabulary that you don't know the meaning, but it start off with post means after. Okay, any word that have pre in front means before. So because this comprehension have a lot of vocabulary that is quite difficult, okay? So you have to do this guessing style, okay? So post means after, whereas pre is before, okay? So here, the aunt have to go for a postpartum care. So she was receiving care. Okay, so if you don't know the meaning partum, it doesn't matter, but the word care that would have. Okay, so care after giving birth. All right, so this is how you get the correct answer, even if you don't know all the vocabulary. And I do understand the comprehension. This particular comprehension has a lot of vocabulary. For someone like me, I stayed in UK for 7 years. I found it have a lot of vocabulary that is quite challenging. So I can imagine for millennials like you people, you would find it a little bit over the board, right? So that is how you do use the guessing way to get the correct answer. Okay, what woke the writer from his sleep? A meteorite crash. B, a loud bang on the door. C, the sound of a shattering whiskey bottle. D, the pain he felt when Greg lashed him with his belt. So what is the answer?
B.
Correct. B is the correct answer. A loud bang on the door. So this one, everybody can get it correct, right? Because one fateful night, ominous silence filled the surrounding as I was sleeping soundly. As the clock struck midnight, I was awoken abruptly by a deafening bang. Okay, so that is where you get the answer. The reverberating sound hit me like a meteorite crash. So the bang here, bang, help you to get question 23 correct. Okay, because there's a loud bang on the door. Okay, next, to my dismay, he easily caught up with me. What does this sentence in paragraph 5 infer? What does infer means?
Merujuk.
Merujuk, direct translation. Thank you. So A, the writer had given up trying to escape. The writer knew that resisting Greg was futile. Greg had a physical advantage over the writer. Obviously, he towered him. Greg was caught off guard when the writer retaliated. So, anybody?
C.
Correct. Obviously, the writer is a kid, and this chap is very tall. Obviously, Greg had a physical advantage over the writer. Okay, moving on to the next question. Why did Mr. Jones had a worried look on his face? A, he was scared that Greg might attack him. B, he was distressed to see the extent of the writer's injuries. C, he didn't want to be caught in the middle of a family feud. And D, he was worried Greg might confront him about his meddlesome attitude.
B.
Correct. B is the correct answer. Mr. Jones was very worried at the extent of the injuries suffered by the writer. Number 26, in paragraph 8, Greg was nowhere in sight when the writer regained consciousness. What might have happened to Greg?
A.
Correct. He had been detained by the police. Why? Because the aunt Look at here is where you get the answer. Okay, the answer come in sequence. Okay, so here is where you get the answer. When I regained consciousness several hours later, I was comforted to see my aunt sitting beside me. Greg was nowhere in sight. I couldn't help but burst into tears when aunt pulled me into a tight embrace. Sorry, my dear, it was all my fault. She assured me that Greg would never hurt me again, as she had already filed charges against him. Okay, so file charges mean reported to the police. Okay, so that makes the answer A. Interesting. Any question? Any question?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Good. There's a lot of beautiful vocabulary in this comprehension. I found it very interesting. Do look at it and try to pick up the vocabulary to enhance your power of the vocabulary. Okay, so words like vaguely, you can use assaulted, you can use mustard. All these are beautiful English vocabulary. Okay. Right. So if you encountered a comprehension that use bombastic vocabulary, that's how the tips that I have given you, that is how you guess the meaning. Okay. So must get as many correct answer as possible. Next, we have like a couple of minutes to do part 4. Right. Let's just move on to part 4. You are going to read an article about flying lizards of Malaysia. 6 sentences have been removed from the article. Choose from the sentences A to H the one which fits each gap. There are 2 extra sentences which you do not need to use. Mark your answer on the separate answer sheet. Make sure you read the question probably so that you do not make any mistake. Okay, so we're talking, the title is Flying Lizards of Malaysia. Malaysia is a home to a rich variety of reptilian lizard. 27 dash native to Malaysia is the flying lizard. Let's have a look at what options that you have. Okay, a diet of houseflies, silkworms, moths, and other insects are essential to the well-being. B, the flying lizard avoid danger by opening 2 large wing-like flaps of skin and steering away from harm. C, where can we find this lizard of Malaysia? D, then she lives and has nothing more to do with her offspring. E, the skin is marked with an array of blotches and stripes. F, when open, the skin flaps allow it to glide between 3 trunks. G, some are agile in water while others can fly and glide among the tall tropical trees. And H, that is why we usually find them climbing up trees with their wings folded against their bodies to prepare for their flight. So you have A to H, 2 are not going to be used. So you have to choose the correct one to fit in question 27. So we have a few more minutes for you to try and match. Okay, I will share the question in the group so that for the next class you can get it done and it makes discussion faster. Okay, so that you can have it handy, so that I don't have to scroll down for you to choose which one and then scroll up again. So anybody? Do you want me to scroll down so that you can fit in question 27, or you are okay? Anybody? Malaysia is home to a rich varieties of reptilian lizard. Okay, dash, native to Malaysia is the flying lizard. So which one?
G.
G is the correct answer. Well done. So some are agile in water, while others can fly and glide among the tall tropical trees. Okay, so let's do one more and we call it a night. Next, there are many species of Malaysian gliding or flying lizards with their own unique pattern of wings, known as patagium. On the average, they can reach 6 to 8 inches in length and are distinguished by the skin folds along the head, flanks, and toes that enable them to glide through the air. Their color varies through a wide range of tans, grays, and browns. So number 28, which one would you choose?
H.
H? Nope. Oh. Let's have a look again. 28. And let's have a look again.
E.
Sorry?
E.
E is the correct answer. Well done. The skin is marked with an array of blotches and stripes. Okay. So done. So I think we are just on time at 9:45. So we shall continue this paper in our next class. So I will share the paper so that all of you can have a copy of it. You can get it done before class so that we can move a little bit faster. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.
Bye, teacher.
Bye. Have a good night.
Good night juga, teacher.
Thank you. Bye.